Good morning, it's MJ, and this is the general reading for the collective using the Grimalkin Tarot. This is my latest deck. This is just the mock-up, so that's why the backs are white. I'm still working on the idea for the back of the card. I haven't quite been able to get that vision in my head for what I want the backs to look like, but it's okay. I mean, the deck itself is created, and I have to say, guys, I love this deck. There's a lot of love that was put into this deck, and yeah, anyway, I think it comes through. I think it comes through in the readings as well. So let's see what these cats have for us today, and we'll get started. And the first card I'm going to pull is that current energy that we're working with. This is the energy that is surrounding us at this time. It may be, like for some, it may be more intense than others, but it's there, it's present. Sometimes we don't want to tap into it. Sometimes we avoid it. Sometimes we jump in almost a little too gleefully. Let's see here. So we're starting off with the Five of Cups, and you can see here this cat has the Five Cups, and it's only focusing on what's empty, what's not present any longer, despite the fact that behind it, it has these two cups that are just overflowing with milk, but it's not even seeing those. It's just focusing on what's lacking. And so right now, today, we're working with this energy perhaps where you're gravitating towards looking at the glass half full, or in this case, the glass completely empty, without realizing all the good things that you still have going on. So this is, a card to reflect on today, especially if you have a focus on scarcity or, what's missing in your life. Today it may be a sign to turn around and take a look. When I had this horrible job, one of the things I used to do when I was really feeling like, oh my God, I'm stuck here, is I would go over to my whiteboard and I would write at least 3 things that I was grateful for. And one of those would always be like my child, like at the end of the day, I get to go home and spend time with my child. And so I was like, it's kind of funny. And once you start redirecting your energy towards things that you do have, that you should be happy to see at the end of the day, it's amazing how the rest of the stuff that was bothering you, or just things that you tend to dwell on, don't seem as important, they seem to melt away. So let's see what energy is coming to us. And so this is the Hierophant, the teacher. This is somebody who perhaps you can lean on or you can look towards, who's experienced something similar. Maybe they too went through a slump, and they, have a process for getting out of it. Or this may be, a sign that it's time for you to go back to school. If your current career or your current job is less than fulfilling, if you're looking around and you're saying, oh, it's just not there anymore, the thrill is gone, you may need to find yourself, in a classroom where you're learning more skills. So there's an opportunity that will come up that will bring to your attention a new way of learning, or a new opportunity to, enhance the skills that you already have. And when you do that, you will find that perhaps that will be the thing that gets you motivated again, that thing that gets you excited, And so let's see what the advice card is. And overall, the colors here are very melancholy. You can almost, there's a richness to them, but these are darker. And this deck has, so many light cards. It's like when I start noticing trends, like just the darkness, the heaviness going on here. And here we have the Two of Pentacles. And, this is, the message here is to get into a rhythm, get into a groove, perhaps find a little bit of play, you can see this cat is sort of batting around these two mice. He's kind of keeping them in motion. And we have these three crows up here. Again, this is your intuition. And then we have the doves that are closer, and this is where you bring together a sense of divinity. This is where you allow your intuition to connect to your higher self and download information. This is a good time to kind of keep things moving forward, but at the same time, remember that you are connected. Life is supposed to be enjoyable. It's a game. This is just one giant game, and so I kind of feel like that's the message that's coming through with these cats here. Is, although you may be today feeling as though something is lacking, you may be worried about what's missing, opposed to all the wonderful opportunities that you have. Your focus isn't on feeling grateful today with this Five of Cups. And the advice these cats bring is that it's time to shift your focus. It's time to take an opportunity that will come to you to learn something new. Perhaps to check in with your belief system. If it's something that's, stuck with tradition, it may be a chance for you to kind of learn a new way of doing something, or just get over, perhaps, if you've been taught, well, this is what you're going to do for your whole life and this is all you do. And if you get laid off at 50, you may need to redirect, right? And so, your beliefs may have been firm, growing up, like, well, I'll stay at this job and I'll work this one job, and it will just be what I do. Well, if you get laid off, or if something shifts and you no longer feel whatever it is that you're doing is fulfilling, it may be hard to do an about face. And it may be hard to recognize that your talents and all the wonderful things that you have about you can move you in a new direction. So with this Hierophant here at the center, there is something coming up that will help you, if nothing else, if it's going to help you see that there's so much more out there. And it's going to have you questioning perhaps maybe some of those old-timey beliefs, that, you stay at a job for, 30 years and then you retire and you get a pension and all those good things that I think seem to be something of the past, but whatever this is, however this manifests for you, the Hierophant at the center is all about learning. It's all about seeking wisdom from somebody who's already been down that path, or who has a greater understanding. And so this may be a time for you to consult, if this is in regards to your career, it may be time to consult with somebody who can help you move forward, or who can help you redirect your talents in a new area. And again, this is about staying busy and having fun and just enjoying the process here. This cat is really having a good time, just again, just sort of keeping these mice in motion. And the advice that cat is bringing to you is, stay busy, stay focused, stay ever, in motion. This is not a time to throw your hands up and give up. This is a time to keep going and to perhaps, get yourself into a state where you're in a routine and you're getting busy and you're focusing less on what's not happening and more on what is happening because you're doing it, right? It's really hard to focus on something else when you're juggling a bunch of tasks, right? So it's really, it's like, that's where your attention moves to. It's like, oh, what do I have to do next? Or, how do I keep this ball up in the air? And so that's the advice I'm getting here, is to move into something new. you're going to have to seek the wisdom of somebody who's already been down this path. And then just allow yourself to add it into the mix and enjoy it. Enjoy the process. Have a little fun with it. Again, if life is just one giant game, this is not a time for you to sit on the sideline. This is a time for you to get up and get moving and enjoy it. Enjoy the process. So I hope this reading makes sense. Much love, peace, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.